Hi everybody, my name is Barry Schwartz and this is the Search Buzz video recap. I'm trying it in a different room to see if it works any better. The lighting's a little better here, but I'm much further away because the TV's way up here and I'm down here. But hopefully this will go okay. So I first wanted to, let me move forward a little bit. A little better. So I first wanted to talk about how a new video Matt Cutts released talking about comments and using comments, links in comments as potentially being somewhat spam related. So he released the video the other day, and I titled the post, Google's Matt Cutts, using keyword-rich words as your comment name can be considered spam. And Matt Cutts went through different things, basically talking about, one, it does look spammy when you use, like, I'm an SEO expert. You know, if I commented and said Barry Schwartz -SEO expert, that would look a little bit spammy. But anyway, he specifically said there's two things to worry about when using that type of thing, is using keyword-rich anchor text, i.e. your company name, as opposed to, or keyword-rich anchor text, as opposed to your real name when commenting, and two, using commenting as your primary link building strategy. I guess when you combine both of those, it could cause specific issues around Google considering that maybe a link scheme or some forms. That being said, Google's Matt Cutts himself used to go under the alias GoogleGuy back in the day, since 2000, between I guess 2001 and 2008. Matt Cutts went around the Webmaster World Forums and other discussion areas, basically calling himself GoogleGuy, linking that profile to Google.com. Now, of course, his intent was not to try to manipulate Google's algorithms and increase their link equity by using the term GoogleGuy, stuff like that. But technically, it was a keyword-rich type of anchor text pointing to Google.com. Anyway, it was just a fun thing to do. Obviously, he stopped posting under that alias years ago, and back in the day, most people actually did not use their real names online. They used an alias of some sorts, so it was common. But now, Matt Cutts is saying, don't do that. Oh, my kids' apps here, sorry. Should have done this before. Anyway, the next thing is that Google this Monday is offering free online site reviews. So the thing is, Google's John Mueller posted on Google Plus as well as in the Google Webmaster Help Forum saying this Monday, November 18th at 10 a.m. Eastern, they're going to be doing short site reviews for sites. So you have to go to a moderator page, which I linked to over here on November 13th, point and submit your site URL so they can actually take a look at it. Google closed that forum this morning or yesterday sometime, and they no longer are letting you submit sites, but they are going to go ahead and do this site review hangout online at 10 a.m. Eastern on this Monday, November 18th, so definitely take a look at that. Yahoo Answers, a representative from Yahoo Answers went ahead and posted in the Google Webmaster Help forums talking about some SEO issues they have with their localized versions of Yahoo Answers. So Yahoo Answers relaunched a new site in the US, I don't know how long ago, but earlier. And since then, Google has been having problems going ahead and crawling and figuring out which one's the localized version, which one's the US version. Yahoo's going to be releasing this new version internationally as well, and that's happening, but they're currently wondering what's going on. Why is Google not understanding what's the localized versus the US version? And Google's John Mueller went ahead and responded saying basically this is something that you can resolve by using the href lang markup so that we can recognize these URLs are equivalent and understand which one is the best to show for individual language and locations. So again, Google's helping. The question is, why is this an issue now, not previously? I guess because the new design had some type of impact on it. Google has admitted to a problem with a communication confusion with their disavow links. Google's John Mueller, basically I posted about this problem. I wasn't sure if it was a Google bug or a specific bug with the disavow files that were submitted by people. Either way, it seemed very confusing. That being said, John Mueller said this looks like a glitch on our ends. You can actually see the status in the disavow links tool directly, but they're going to fix it. So you can disregard this if you have seen some weirdness with the Google disavow tool. Google News. So there's another cheat or trick or something that spammers, or not really spammers, but publishers are using by refreshing constantly their article titles. So if I wrote this article title, Google News cheat refreshing article titles, and they constantly change that throughout the day, let's say 3, 4, 5 times a day, Google News will actually re-index that and it will rank that up again higher in the news results page. Supposedly, Register is using it and stuff like that. We covered another issue of refreshing articles using date issues by spoofing the article refresh date, and USA Today and BBC were supposedly doing that. Google said it was a bug on their end, not USA Today or BBC's end. Google has not responded specifically to this other thing that I think the Register is using, as well as some other sites are using regarding Google News. Google Now added some cool new features. So Google Now is Google's predictive search, where it actually shows you things before you actually need to see them. And specifically, Google Now added some new features. Website update cards, basically bringing you blog posts and stuff from that website. News topic cards, bringing you fresh articles from news sites, as well as what to watch, like giving you basically movies and TV ideas. Plus, Google released to see traffic incidents on your commute using Waze data, to set repeat reminders, to get real-time scores for rugby teams, and to see when your packages are ready for pickup in the store. The main thing for you guys to know is, how do I get my content to show up in Google Now under this website update card? And obviously I assume people not necessarily have to subscribe to it. Google no longer has Google Reader, and they no longer know who subscribed to what per se, although they still have FeedBurner, but mostly about what people are reading, what blog posts people are reading and sharing on Google+, and then they might use that for this Google Now. I'm not sure exactly, but it is interesting to see what's what. Google has launched a new version of AdWords Editor. It's version 10.3. New features update demographic targeting, audience targeting, and improve site links within AdWords. So you definitely want to take a look at that if you are a AdWords advertiser. Google AdWords also announced a new opportunity section, which has improved opportunities, giving you ideas on how to improve your, AdWords ads. So Google added several new opportunity types and made it easier to understand what they are talking about. The last time they updated that was sometime in 2009, I believe. Google AdWords, again, said a domain name is not forever attached to an AdWords ad group. So specifically, there was a lot of confusion around, all right, I have this ad group, I have a domain name associated to it. If I go ahead and change my name or change the URL, does that remove all the history around that ad group? And Google's Tommy said, Google's Harvey said, I'm sorry, I'm pronouncing that wrong. No, it's not the case that a domain is particularly or forever attached to an ad group, even if it's deleted. We've seen this a few times, only in the situation in which the new ads, which with domain website2.com, are created immediately after deleting the old ones with domain website1.com. Waiting about 5 minutes or so between the two events should avoid this anomaly. So don't delete it immediately, keep it there for a few minutes and then delete it, and you should be okay. Google AdSense. So a lot of people are you always see this in the forum, people are actually complaining about the AdSense CTR dropping in the forums. But this is something going on in a larger sense. A lot more people are complaining about their AdSense click-through rate and thus earnings dropping significantly this month than they were in the previous months. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. I don't know if it's a bug or anything. Google has not responded, but something is going on. This is a cool Easter egg. So if you search "When am I" using Google Voice Search in Google Now or Google Voice Search, what you'll get is Google responding saying, "The present, of course, TARDIS functionality is still undergoing development." Sorry. It's a pretty cool thing. It's very geeky. It's just a cute Easter egg. And finally, Google's John Mueller will be our keynote speaker at SMX Israel on January 26th, on Sunday, January 26th. So if you are in the area or if you want to do a family trip, I guarantee it will be a great event. And it's fairly cheap. Obviously the flight's expensive, but it's fairly cheap to go for an SMX. So definitely take a look at that. And thanks, John, for actually participating. In any event, that is the Search Buzz video recap. My name again is Barry Schwartz. Today is Friday, November 15th. And hopefully this format will be okay. I might have to adjust things. Let me know in the comments what you thought. Everyone have a great weekend. And that's the Search News at SEOroundtable.com. Bye.